Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new iRacing AI NASCAR career mode here on the channel. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we have some more road course racing. We are in that road course kind of swing on the season, which I personally love, the road course racing in the NASCAR Cup Series, so no complaints from myself, especially with the road course practice we have before we even became into the NASCAR Cup Series in this career mode here. You see the standings update again. It's getting really interesting, especially in the drivers below the cut line. Look at the four-way tie we have, but we have so many drivers within a couple of stages of getting into the playoffs. It's going to be unbelievably close, I think, right to the end of this regular season, and I'm so excited to watch it. However, we come to Road America, and this is a track where I think we can see some separation. The road courses really kind of diversify the field, and I feel like we could see it get a little bit more spread out today, and then as we go back to the ovals, it could kind of get closer again and whatnot here. But Road America, it proves to be a bit of a challenge here on iRacing, and we actually saw Todd Gilliland go for a bit of a moment right here through the kink, and he actually gets into the barrier on the left side, and don't be surprised if you see a few of those here today. But we were out on track here in practice in this number 21. Look at this new paint scheme that we got here. I found this one on Trading Paints, but I surprisingly was having a pretty rough time here in practice at a road course, not really expected, but I could not find much speed in this number 21 machine. I was getting passed by the 78, by the 23. Actually, two driver updates in today's episode. So BJ McLeod actually is pulling out of full-time competition. He will be in that 78 car throughout other races this season, but is no longer competing full-time. Therefore, he cannot make it into the top 30 with that Talladega win and get in the playoffs. It's Kyle Tilley in that 78 here today, and Jay Cook actually out due to a medical reason for this weekend here in Road America. AJ Allmendinger actually in the number 16 for Road America now as we come through into qualifying, actually, and I had a bit of a moment in qualifying, as you can see, and yeah, I went headfirst into a barrier and got it reversed and back onto the tracks. Thank goodness I didn't actually damage the car too bad. It was more visual than it was performance impacting, so we would get our qualifying attempt underway eventually and try to not wreck the car, try to not get any off track 1x, 2x, whatever. Daniel Suarez was currently on pole. Suarez has been looking pretty strong recently. His teammate of Ross Chastain, he's been producing all season long. Chastain with one win to his name, and as well as 7th or 8th in the standings coming into today's episode. And you can see myself now on my later part of my first lap in qualifying, and then actually it was only about P like 29 in the first lap, so I had to rely on the second lap to be way better, and thankfully I had actually already found a lot of speed here. We were about a full second faster on this second lap, so it was looking pretty good, and about a full second is going to get us in the mid-teens qualifying effort here. So 1.2 seconds better. I give up some time on the exit of the final turn, but then we kind of gain it back here on the throttle down input. So down this front straightaway, up the elevation change, and as we come through to cross the line, Daniel Suarez will officially be on pole here in Road America. It's going to be P14 for myself here in Road America. So P14, not too bad. I was actually pretty happy with that considering the damage on the car. Got some work to do, but we're used to that at this point here in the Cup Series. But we're coming off a lot of momentum. Let's see if we can continue today. Let's send it over to Alan Bailey.
Hello, Wisconsin. NASCAR is road racing at Road America in Wisconsin today. I'm Alan Bailey with coverage on ARN. 14 corners on this 4.04 mile road course that has been racing since 1955, but the Cup Series is fairly new to this racetrack, only racing here a couple of seasons so far. It's never too early to talk silly season, and this year is no exception. The latest rumor has Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing switching from Ford to Dodge next season, perhaps being the flagship team for Dodge next year when they return to the Cup Series for the first time since winning the championship in 2012. And no surprise that Brad Keselowski was the driver then, and he will potentially be the driver with Dodge again, but we'll keep an eye on this one for you. The name of the game today, stay on track. Which one of these 40 Cup drivers can keep their car on track and get it into victory lane? Let's find out.
ready to go green. You hear the rumors about Dodge. What's going on there? Is RFK going to be a Dodge next season? We'll have to wait and see. I already know what's going on. I'm just not going to tell you guys. I'm going to let you speculate. Next episode, we're going to bring some more rumors into the starting intro of the video, so get those going down in the comments below. Nonetheless, you saw the stages. We're underway here in Road America. Daniel Suarez, Tyler Reddick lead the way in the beautiful real-life paint schemes that we saw at Road America. Now as they head down into turn 1, everybody whizzing down into this very fast pace, then a heavy braking 90-degree right-hand turn, and such a, like I said, fun technical road course here. It's not necessarily the best for NASCAR racing. I've noticed in the couple seasons that the Cup Series have been there. It's usually great for Xfinity Series, but for whatever reason it just hasn't produced as much excitement, I guess you could say, in the Cup Series side of things. Now as you can see, Michael McDowell, road course ringer, drag racing down the straightaway with Chase Elliott, another road ringer here, you could kind of call him in the Cup Series. Not a guy that came to the Cup Series as a road guy, but just kind of turned into one here now. Tyler Reddick there trying to show his nose up the inside of Chastain, but it's Trackhouse Racing 1-2 on this opening lap right now in Road America. You can see everybody else trying to kind of settle in here. Here I am behind my alliance teammate there of Ryan Blaney settling in as well, and it was an okay start for myself. You know, we didn't really lose or gain much here, just kind of holding position and just kind of managing everything here, just trying to survive this opening lap. We only have 3 laps of racing here in Stage 1. It's a very short Stage 1. Stage 2 is, what, like over double the length of Stage 1, and then of course Stage 3 very lengthy as well here. Now a really good run up the inside into the carousel of Ryan Preece, but he's able to keep that momentum and keep himself ahead in that number 41. We continue to watch him. He gets closer and closer in the points to the top 16. What a story it would be if Ryan Preece misses, like, I don't know what, the first chunk of races of the season before declaring for full-time points with Stewart Haas Racing, and somehow manages to still make the playoffs. That'd be absolutely insane, and don't rule him out winning a race yet here. As you can see myself having a bit of a moment here on lap 2 down into turn 3. I nearly bulldozed the number 12 of Ryan Blaney, missed the braking zone, so we give up a spot to the 31 of Justin Haley, but we would quickly be on the fight to gain it back here up the inside of him into the left-hander as we head down towards the little Speedville carousel here now. But you can see myself trying to go the long way around. Unfortunately, not quite able to make it happen here, but we were already coming up on the final moments of Stage 1 here. This is towards the final lap just about here, and you can see the 31 a little bit wide there through that right bend, and this is going to open myself up to an opportunity to maybe get a lunge down into the right-hander into Canada corner. So my home corner right here, this is the corner I should be making all the passes in today. Well, there's one right there. We get past that colleague number 31, and immediately a big run on the back of the 4 of Harvick, who seems to be lacking a little bit of pace today. I actually get into the left rear quarter panel of him. Not the first time him and I have come together. We had a run in a little bit earlier in the season at Charlotte. Now as we're still side by side, Harvick just clearly lacking pace. I'm going to clear him on the exit of the final turn, and as we've got this final lap of Stage 1 underway, you know, it wasn't a great stage, having a few moments here and there of missing my braking zone, running into the grass right there, but here we are still P13 as Daniel Suarez, Ross Chastain continue a Trackhouse Racing 1-2. So Trackhouse looking unbelievably quick here today. Tyler Reddick, Logano, McDowell, none of them in the top 5 seem to have anything for those two. They are still at least hanging with them, though. That's the main thing. But Daniel Suarez down the front straightaway up through the elevation for the final time. He is going to come through to win his first stage of the season, the second one of his career. Ross Chastain follows through. The rest of the top 10 is going to be as well Austin Cindric, Kyle Larson, P9, P10. As I actually have a bit of a moment, you're going to notice I crossed the line behind a few cars that I was ahead of. Here's what happened. Penultimate corner, actually overcorrected myself in the penultimate turn and completely went off circuit. Thankfully saved it, and then the caution came out moments later for the stage break. But here's the on board of what happened. Yeah, just a little bit of a mistake from myself, and off circuit we went, thankfully gathering it up. You have seen these beautiful real-life Road America paint schemes. Shout out again, as usual, to Davis Warren. You can check out his Trading Paints page down below, where you can see all of the paint schemes collections he makes for real-life races from 2022 and old eras as well. He's also selling tickets for select races that'll be put down in the description. You can check that out as well. A massive shout out again to Davis Warren as usual. We're back underway for Stage 2. Suarez leads the way. It looked like the 8 of Tyler Reddick just had a moment right there. You see the gap between himself and Suarez. Multiple car lengths. What happened to the RCR driver? Actually won this race for his first Cup Series win in real life in 2022, and I don't think it's going to happen now because something has clearly gone wrong there for that number 8 car, and we're going to get a quick look at what in the world just happened. And it was actually Reddick hitting the barrier on the restart. What in the world are you doing right there, Tyler? That's a weird one. We'll have to look to see if that 8 ends up having to pit before the end of stage 2 for some repairs. Keep in mind, stage 2, quite a bit of a lengthy one, so we've got some time to work with. We also got time to screw everything up, so it's really going to be interesting to see what happens here. But now you can see myself making a move up the inside of the 31 of Justin Haley, trying to make up for the positions we lost right at the end of stage 1. Nobody came into the pits at the end of stage 1, so we did not have the opportunity to gain any spots there. Now up the inside of Harvick into Canada corner. There's our second Canada corner pass right there since the start of this race, and now we try to once again run down that 12 of Ryan Blaney, who is continuing to move his way forward as well, now passing the 41 of Ryan Parise, and now would like to get an opportunity to pass his 41 as well, but getting right to his rear bumper, nearly into the back of that 41 of Parise, actually into the left-hander, but staying put for now. But then an opportunity right here down the hill a little bit, and then now we'll be able to get side by side dead even with them, and this should be an easy position gained as we head towards that Speedville carousel. So just slowly picking off positions. It's about patience here in Road America. I think that's kind of a thing I've noticed about this road course. You see a bit of a gap there behind us, but you can see everybody scrapping it out. Some big names struggling: Byron Truex, Hamlin, Kurt Busch. Byron's been having such a fascinating season. Kyle Busch and Christopher Bell as well. Not even in the towards the top 25 right now. They're really struggling. Joe Gibbs Racing, I should say, is struggling in general. They suck today. And then you got the two Trackhouse guys, this time in stage 2, running away. Tyler Reddick comes into the pit lane here at the end of lap 7, so he is going to get some repairs, and it is crucial for him to remain on the lead lap, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. One little thing that could work in his favor: he can make it on field after pitting at this point. Nobody else can currently make it on field at the end of this race. So you can see myself again up the inside of Ryan Blaney. Can we clear him on the exit of turn 2? I think we can. Yes, we will. Down the long straightaway, we get past that number 12. And actually, though, into the braking zone into turn 3, I outbrake myself again. Nearly bulldoze the 12 or the 5 of Larson. Now the 12 of Blaney goes through. This time it was a big send, and we lose multiple positions. Harvick and Haley pass us as well, and we continue to fight with these guys, even though we seem to have really good speed in this car. I think we have a top 10 car easy here in Road America. It's just I've been making a lot of mistakes so far here. You can definitely imagine it was a little bit frustrating for myself, just trying to kind of keep my cool here and just focus ahead and continue to make these positions back up that we continue to seem to lose now. But we get past Harvick again in turn 2, so now we try to focus in on again the 41 of Ryan Parise here as we head down towards Canada corner. Seems to be our favorite corner to make some passes here today. I felt really comfortable without breaking some of the AI here, and there you see myself up the inside, a really awkward line into the apex, but we do make it work. Run the 41 a little bit wide. His teammate of Harvick kind of cuts him a break there, and then once again our Alliance teammate Ryan Blaney, we're going to try and work our way past him, and actually into turn 1 I kind of catch him off guard. A huge Daniel Ricciardo-esque send right there into turn 1, and we get a really good exit, so we hang on his right rear quarter panel down this quick straightaway towards turn 2, and we'll pull it pretty even with Ryan Blaney and get clear already before we even get to the center of the corner. So once again trying to pass Kyle Larson here. We were all over the back of Kyle Larson here on lap 12, coming up on the final moments here of stage 2, right all over the rear end of this number 5. I completely missed my racing line. Into the barrier we go.
Uh-oh, trouble as Gary Owen in the 21 goes off track, but he gathers it back up and keeps it going in the right direction.
Yeah, that was quite simply me being all over the back of the 5 and just kind of misjudged my line into the carousel, and I clipped the grass, and it, well, you can see the results there. So we have some damage now on the left front. I would say the same amount of damage that we had in qualifying, so it really wasn't much of a performance impacting damage that we had, more of just a visual impacting damage that we had here. Now as you can see, I still had speed, you know, passing the 24 of William Byron, but now we give up quite a few positions. We're down to what, about P20 or so in these closing moments of stage 2, final lap in this second stage, actually trying to close in on the back of Ty Dillon, who's having a decent top 20 run here today, but Daniel Suarez is going to come through down this front straightaway to win stage 2. No competition at all this time. Chastain about a second back in second place, and look how far everybody else is behind. Now actually threw the caution a tad bit early here, basically as soon as Suarez was coming up the hill there, so we could get the pace car out in front of the pack and also give us one more lap of green flag racing. But nonetheless, you see the top 10 coming through to cross the line. Ryan Blaney is P10, and and eventually we're going to come through also to cross the line in a pretty disappointing P20 effort here in stage 2. So focusing on stage 3 now, to my surprise, nobody would come into the pit lane, so I would stay out because track position has proven to be very important here today. So I stay out, which means everybody still might have to pit depending on what happens here, but it's going to be a minute until we find out. Now Daniel Suarez again leads the field to the green flag. He has been dominant from start to finish, qualified on pole, and has led every single lap so far. Chastain with a bit of a rough restart. McDowell and Chris Buescher are going to get past him, and maybe even Joey Logano as well. Logano's been an interesting one. He has not had much pace, and everybody that's been behind him has been held up, and just kind of showcasing how important track position is here today. Passing has been very difficult for these AI drivers at times. It's not really a kind of road course you would expect passing to be so difficult. There's a lot of very high speed, then right down to very quick, heavy braking zones at the end of long straightaways, which is perfect for NASCAR opportunities when it comes to passing on a road course, but it just wasn't working itself out for some of these guys here. Now I'm behind the 45 of Kurt Busch here now as we head down into the left-hander, and you can see a lot of 2x2 on this restart for stage 3. I guess the intensity, the aggression, a little bit more elevated here in this final stage. Now only 10 laps to go. Now 10 laps to go, small number, but when it's Road America, it takes a while to get around this circuit. We made another mistake. Off the track into the barrier we go.
Once again, Owen off track in the number 21 car.
Yep, that's the second time we have done that here. Now, as you saw the message come up, our wheels are knocked out of alignment this time. It was not much more of a hit than the last one, but when you hit the same spot basically twice, it's gonna screw you up. And yeah, my wheels, I can confirm, we're out of alignment. I did not pit though. I was confident we would get a caution still, so I stayed out on the track and just kind of try to tough it out, because if I come in to fix the car right now, we are going to lose a lap. And you can see I'm certainly struggling, but although I might be struggling in this car, I was still finding some pace, and we had run down the 7 of LaJoie, who somehow managed to lock up his brake pedal lock up his front wheel with the brakes into that right bend there, and we are going to be able to make a pass on him in that number 7 down towards Canada Corners. So you can see though up ahead 16 of Allmendinger filling in for Jay Cook here today. Actually absolutely terrible effort he is currently putting on the board here, and I'm actually going to have an opportunity to pass him here. So although our car is definitely dealing with some performance impacting damage at this point, we are still showcasing enough pace in this car to make things happen here. And now a big send up the inside of Kyle Busch there for Joe Gibbs Racing. Joey Hand, Tyler Reddick in front of us. Tyler Reddick's an interesting one. He can make it to the end of this race, so we'll see what happens with him here. Now as I'm going to try and get up the inside, we got trouble in front of us, multiple cars off the circuit. I hit one of the 77's cars piling behind, and NASCAR is going to throw the caution. There it is. What we were hoping for happens, and the caution is out so we can come in and fix the car. But here's the replay of what happened. It's the 77 of Josh Balicki who just overshoots the corner, and around he goes, and you see Gilliland comes to a stop there, and then I actually briefly hit the 77 Kyle Busch, piles in, and the caution comes out there. Probably didn't really need to be a caution if we're being real here, but nonetheless it is out, and you can see Ross Chastain and Austin Dillon stay out on the track. I don't think that's going to work for them. All these cars behind, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, but a good chunk of cars do stay out to my surprise, and Daniel Suarez might have just had his dominant day taken away as Ross Chastain leads. I spent almost a minute and a half in the pit lane fixing up this car, but the most important thing was I got it fixed. It just meant we had to start at the very back of the pack for a late race restart, but now it is game on. Ross Chastain leads the way down into turn 1. Can he or anybody in this top 10 make it to the finish? I know Tyler Reddick can. That's the one we 100% know that can make it. Everybody else, it could go either way, and Daniel Suarez is the one that we're kind of paying attention to. Can he get his way forward and of course go for this race victory still? It is so hard to pass here at Road America, but you see Suarez, he's already gained a few positions on this restart, an easy to spot car that 99 has here today with the red and white stripes there as you continue to watch NASCAR fly down this long straightaway on this July 4th weekend. Kyle Tilley in the 78 car currently in second place. Watch out for him as well, a road guy as well. You can see a lot of 3-wide action actually into the braking zone, including myself there trying to get up the inside of Kyle Larson, but settling in behind. But you can see I've already passed almost 10 cars in this opening lap since this restart. has been an up and down race for myself, an embarrassment at some points as well. But here we are now trying to get past this 41 of Ryan Preece. He's just ahead. You see Bubba Wallace there in that bright yellow and what, dark green car, I guess we could call it. I don't know. Is that yellow or not? You guys tell me. I nearly run into the back of the 5 of Kyle Larson there. I consider that yellow, but someone's going to be like, that's a shade of green or something. But nonetheless, we get past that 41 of Ryan Preece briefly. A big send up the inside of Bubba Wallace into Canada corner, trying to get up the inside of the 9 of Chase Elliott as well here, but he's going to stay ahead for the time being, but it's not going to be long until we have a chance hopefully to fight him. Ross Chastain, Austin Dillon, they're both coming into the pit lane, so why did they stay out when they can't make it? But nonetheless, they pit. Kyle Tilley takes over the lead, Tyler Reddick in second, Cody Ware is in third place, Kyle Busch as well fourth, Daniel Suarez in P5. Down towards turn 2 now, 3 laps to go up the inside of Elliott, maybe even up the inside of Kyle Larson. We have 3 of the 4 Hendrick cars right here in our vicinity, and we know William Byron's even further back, not the day Hendrick Motorsports is looking for either now, as we continue to try and run down this number 5 of Kyle Larson and get an opportunity to pass him here. Into the braking zone we go, and another mistake. We're going to go spinning off the circuit.
And once again, Owen off track. Looks like once again, he just ran out of talent.
I might have ran out of talent, but can we just acknowledge the save that I just made as I decide I'm fed up and I just decide to bulldoze the 47 out of my way? See you later, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. But now it's just embarrassing at this point. It's been one of those days here in Road America that I would like to forget here. But continuing to just once again fight forward here. That's all we can do. I don't care how many mistakes I make. I'm going to continue fighting forward until the race is over. Passing Kurt Busch here. 2 laps to go in Road America. Kyle Tilley leads away, but Tyler Reddick is closing the gap. Once again, we were on the back of the 41, the 5 of Larson, Ryan Preece. They actually have a little bit of contact right there. That allows me to get alongside Larson into the back briefly of the 41. Side by side with Larson, we get clear for the position, and now here we go down into Canada corner again with an opportunity to close right up on the back of that 41 machine. I'm going to pull it to the right-hand side by side with Preece. He doesn't have much for us right there. Big checkup. I don't know what that was quite about. There's the 77 of Balicki. He's been struggling, brought out that caution, but the white flag is about to fly here in Road America up the inside of Elliott into the final turn. We'll pass him as well and get to the 77 momentarily, but white flag is out in Road America. Kyle Tilley leads, but Reddick is close. You can see the gap has closed, and Reddick is putting the pressure on the 78 machine. This 78 car has gone to victory lane with BJ McLeod at Talladega Superspeedway, and here goes Tyler Reddick alongside him here as we head down towards turn 2. Cody Ware, Kyle Busch, Suarez 3rd, 4th, 5th, but it's side by side for the lead, and I don't think it's going to be much of a battle. Tyler Reddick clear, takes the lead, runs away, and he might replicate what he did in real life by getting his first Cup Series career win at Road America. Now here we are trying to fight now with Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin before this race is over. This is for P19, nearly putting the bumper to the back of that 22. Wasn't quite enough right there, and I would just kind of wait for the right opportunity now at this point to actually go and pass this number 22, which was, well, Canada corner. Here we go for the final time. An opportunity to get past Logano, nearly some contact, side by side, clear of the 22 for P19. Tyler Reddick is going to come through down this front straightaway, and for the first time in his Cup Series career, he will replicate what he did in real life and get his first win in Road America. Kyle Tilley is going to cross the line in the 78 for second place. Cody Ware, Kyle Busch, Daniel Suarez, the top 5. You got to feel for Suarez, robbed of his first win in the Cup Series here today after a dominant car. P19 for us. I mean, you know what? P19 earlier in the season, that's about what we usually did, you know, on a good day. Now here we are having a terrible day and we're P19. But we definitely had a top 10 car, and we definitely threw just about quite literally everything away here today. But that wraps it up here in Road America. You can see, of course, the finishing order come up on your screen, and as well, I keep forgetting that you can literally see it on the top of the screen scrolling through as well. But Tyler Reddick with the win locks him into the playoffs, because I don't think we're going to get 16 winners at this point. We look at the playoff grid, and you got guys like Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman having a fantastic season here, P8, but yet winless. Truex winless as well, and you can see that him, you know, through Bell, myself, we are not very safe now. We lost some points here today. And then you got Cindric, who's 25 to the good, 12 to the good for Suarez, who could have won today. And then you see the drivers out, of course. A big change up here today. A lot of drivers lost a lot of ground. Busher, 12 points out. McDowell, and down below, 30 plus points below. Ryan Preece now almost 100 points below. So a lot of guys have some work to do going into the next one at Atlanta. It's the old Atlanta, keep in mind, so not a pack race. We'll see how that one goes. Still no flight sim. I'm trying to get it updated, I promise. But nonetheless, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, everybody.